Yeah, so I did end up having the cheat day yesterday. But there was an actual reason to this. And I kind of did it a little bit spontaneously, but it wasn't really me breaking the rules. Oh, okay, kind of was. Like, I'm probably just lying to myself that it wasn't. But basically, the logic that I had with this is like, it is currently 11 a.m., and I just woke up. And when I woke up, I didn't really know what day it is. So, like, if I wouldn't do it today, if I would do it on the day when I actually have to go to work, I would be absolutely fucked because like crash after these kind of like cheat meals is absolutely insane. So I just kind of actually had to be like a normal human being and kind of just like time it in a way where like I do it and I can sleep afterwards. Because like yeah, I mean I'm not gonna be able to do it for the entirety of the next week until the weekend because I just kind of have to get up for work most days. So like this was the only way I could do it like somewhat now because I couldn't really do it like during the next couple of days. So yeah, I binged out heavily. But well, now it is back to normal. Time to get up and try to start managing everything. Yeah, so I 100% fucked up because, like, even though having the cheat meal yesterday made sense from like a pure timing standpoint, because you don't really want to do it in the middle of the week, still I said that I'm not going to do it, and I did it. So I feel like a very important thing is like you have to take accountability for yourself. And I mean, you are allowed to fuck up. You are going to fuck up from time to time, but I think you really have to keep yourself accountable. And I think that the actions that follow afterwards are the actions that actually make the most impact. Because, like, yeah, okay, I fucked up, but it doesn't really have that much of an impact. It's not really going to change all that much because it would have happened next week anyways. And like, yeah, okay, it wasn't planned, but the weight is not going to change all that much. So even though now it seems like the weight has changed significantly, like it's going to be gone in like the time span of like 2 days. So that is not really the important thing about this. So like the important thing is you just realize that you fucked up. You do not lie to yourself. You take accountability, and then you follow up with like proper steps during the next day. And in my case, the proper next steps are going to be going to the shop and getting some bread so I could have breakfast, and just directly jumping back into my diet, eating the stuff that I should be eating, and following the calorie goal. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing now. It actually looked like it's warmer outside, but going out in a t-shirt was absolutely a mistake. That was not a good idea at all. At least it's sunny. That's nice. It does feel like summer's pretty much here, so I really do enjoy that. Like there is nothing better than a warm summer's night. Like that is like the peak time like ever. I feel like nothing compares. Like winter, snow, like autumn, spring, nothing compares to like a nice warm summer's night. I am without a doubt getting better at speaking during videos, but I still feel like a moron quite often, and I still get this urge to like refilm my videos quite often, even though I don't really do it anymore. It is getting better though, so I feel like this is actually really good practice because I'm getting used to it and I'm becoming a little bit less shy. I feel like the hardest point every single time I do this and every single time I have to jump back into the diet is just like the beginning stages of it, because it does get like much easier as you start doing it, but like the first steps are just like so difficult because you're like all over the place and you want to keep on binging and you need to like stop cold turkey, so that does make it a little bit more complicated. But then once you have breakfast, once you start settling in a little bit, I feel like it becomes a little bit less problematic. Still, I would 100% prefer just binging on junk instead of eating the shit that I'm about to eat, because yeah, this is going to be a very different thing from what is it that I ate yesterday, and a significantly less exciting one as well. So
I feel like it's a very good skill to have when you're able to differentiate between cope and when something is actually like a legitimate reason, or when you had a legitimate reason to do something, because like it just kind of makes things a little bit more structured and a little bit less delusional. So it's just like better overall. And I feel like this is something I'm actually becoming quite good at, because I used to cope quite a lot and I would used to lie to myself quite a lot. And that is something that like as of like recently, as of like the last couple of months, I've become very strict with. So I would make sure that I'm not lying to myself, because like you can lie to other people, like you can do all sorts of wacky stuff, but like the one person you should never lie to is yourself. Oh, look, flies are back because it's getting warmer outside. I fucking hate those little disgusting pieces of shit. I need to hunt it down eventually. It also seems like it's quite agile actually, so it's probably going to be quite difficult to hunt down, but that is something I'll do after breakfast. But yeah, basically this is the breakfast that I'm going to have. So significantly less exciting than the McDonald's yesterday, even though the McDonald's wasn't really all that good, which is something that I knew was going to be the case, and I still was able to eat all of it eventually. But at the beginning, the first couple of bites are absolutely disgusting when you've been eating like good, lean food for a while. So yeah, let's get into breakfast, I guess. I feel like I have to start filming outside a little bit more, because generally you can kind of make the content a little bit more interesting if you film outside, and you can kind of like do more things and experience different shit, because it kind of gets a little bit monotonic even for you if you're constantly going to be filming videos at the same location. And it's an interesting experience to film outside, because I remember when I was younger, I was like really fucking afraid and really ashamed to film anything, like where people would be able to see. Like I would be even afraid to like talk in front of a camera if I'm by myself. So like filming somewhere outside would be like a completely unreasonable scenario in my mind. And then I kind of got to the point where I wanted to start filming gym related stuff, and I was really ashamed to take the camera to the gym and like film anything at the gym, and I'm over it. So I've discovered that like if you start doing it over time, you get used to it and you start realizing that nobody really cares. Like the worst possible thing that could happen is maybe somebody is going to be like mildly annoyed by you having a tripod somewhere, but also that is going to be like very non-confrontational, and like most people are not going to argue with you. And then especially if you have like a fucking Russian accent and you're a little bit larger than like your regular person that just like is randomly walking around the streets, like nobody is going to argue with you. So my first step of progress with this was I just started filming in gyms, and I started like trying to make the videos that I want to make, and now I'm completely over my fear of filming at gyms. So like I feel very comfortable with that, and I'm obviously like a normal, nice, polite person. I make an effort to not bother anyone. I make an effort to film in places that are not super crowded. So I'm not being an asshole, like just placing my tripod in the middle of a gym. But the thing that I am a little bit shy with, and the thing that I am a little bit uncomfortable with still, is talking in front of people when I'm filming outside. Because, for example, like if I'm walking around the grocery shop, or if I'm walking down a busy street and I'm talking on the camera, I do feel a little bit uncomfortable when there are people around. But still, that's like, you can't even compare my level of comfort when it comes to like filming and talking in front of a camera to the way that it was when I started to the way that it is now. Like if you compare those two images, like I'm so much more confident than I used to be. So I feel like that is something you get used to. And I feel like the more I'm going to be making these videos, the easier it's going to be to film. So yeah, I just feel like I need to get outside a little bit more. Plus now it's going to be summer, so it's going to be nicer outside. So I probably need to make some content outside, just like walking around, talking to you guys, and like just like generally having fun and maybe trying new different things. So that is the plan for the upcoming months. I am going to start filming a little bit more outside. Plus now I have this microphone that has like good sound isolation, in a sense where like it has this thing like noise cancellation, where like it kind of focuses on your voice and you don't really hear the background noise as much. So for an example, like now I have the dishwasher running, and I think I'm not going to be able to hear the dishwasher when I play back the video. Or if I am going to be able to hear the dishwasher in the background, it's going to be like a very mild noise and it's not going to be too annoying. So that also makes filming outside a little bit easier, because I feel like if you do want to film stuff outside, you do have to try to make an active effort to make the quality like something that like other people can tolerate. Because like if you're going to have like fucking ass audio quality, like nobody is going to watch your videos. I mean, nobody's really watching my videos anyways, but at least for the like 2 of you that are actually watching the videos, I can make the sound good. Like I can make my voice sound reasonable, and I can try to like limit the background noise so it doesn't become like a super painful experience for you guys. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about my diet today. So I am actually doing really well. So the thing with like me crashing out yesterday is that I was also sleeping quite a lot today, because like normally after like these binges, like for some reason I'm just like bloated and I don't really want to do anything. So the only thing that I want to sleep. So I ended up sleeping till like 11 a.m., maybe like even 12. And then like I had my breakfast, my first meal around 1, and then I had dinner around like 5 p.m. So like I actually felt absolutely fine. So like when I woke up straight out of the bed, I had like all sorts of cravings. Like I really wanted to eat more junk. I really wanted to go to the shop and like just like buy sweets and stuff like that. But I did not do that. I jumped directly back into the diet, and now I feel absolutely fine. I feel like nothing happened. I feel like I'm back on track with the diet. So that was like an actual easy fix. Like it wasn't really that difficult getting back into the diet at all, which is exactly what I want to be. So like once again, it doesn't really matter if you like fuck up a little bit, as long as you kind of contain it, and as long as you jump back into the diet as soon as it's over, it's fine. It's not that bad. And actually it's probably even a good thing, because now I'm going to feel a little bit less hungry today and tomorrow, because I fucking ate a lot yesterday. I didn't eat that much of McDonald's yesterday, but the thing that I really went hard on was like this bread with Nutella that I sometimes eat. So it's just basically white bread with butter on top of it, and then you add Nutella on top of it, and that's like a fucking speed run to heart attack. Like that is not a good thing to eat, and I ate quite a lot of that. So that is probably where I consumed the majority of the calories that I consumed yesterday, because yeah, there was a lot of McDonald's, but the McDonald's wasn't as intense as the other thing. So yeah, well, it is a Sunday evening. So once again, we are going to have to go back to work tomorrow, going back into the office, then going back into the gym, filming a little bit more outside, because it does get to a point where like you have to decide, like, are you going to pursue the things that you want to pursue, or you're going to be a little bitch made pussy and you're just going to sit at home afraid of like any single possible confrontation, afraid of trying new things. And if that's the way that you want to live, that's fine. But if you want to do something more, and if you want to try to experience new different things, and if you do have something that you're passionate about, don't let other people put you down. Don't think about what is it that other people will say. Just do the shit that you want to say, because at the end of the day, nobody really cares about what is it that you're doing, as long as you're not affecting their life. So just go for it. Just do it. Okay, anyways, probably time for me to get closer to getting to bed. A few more things to do, and then I'll already be heading to bed. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.